It's the Christmas season once again, which means we have new Christmas designs. That's right, this year we have 2 Christmas sweaters. And this is the very first one. You can also grab last year's Christmas sweater and pick up some of our new posters. Link in the description. Happy holidays. Welcome back to Crystal Clear in the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox, and over this weekend, Rebecca Sugar was quite busy. She appeared at both Comic-Con Experience in Brazil and Argentina Comic-Con. Both events featured her own panel, where she answered questions about Steven Universe and gave us a ton of information. Now, starting with Comic-Con Experience, because that's where we had the least information, the biggest takeaway was Rebecca Sugar confirmed the diamonds can fuse. While she spared details, she did answer this question with another question. The diamonds can fuse, but will they? That's the question. And I mean, you tell us, Blenda Woman, you're the creator. I just want all of you to remember, every time you see Rebecca Sugar, every time you see that sweet smile, that kind, welcoming demeanor, just know she has all of the secrets of Steven's universe in her head. When it comes to that world, she is omnipotent. She sees the past, the present, and the future. Question nothing, yet everything, all at the same time. But with that being said, I don't think we're gonna see the diamonds fuse anytime soon. We could potentially see a green diamond in Battle of Heart and Mind, but that's only if blue and yellow also try to throw down against white. But considering we have little to no information going off of that, I'm just gonna say we would see this later in the series, like endgame territory. Because even as it stands, as far as we know, the diamonds fusing may be considered portraying their own morals. Like blue diamond and yellow diamond, yeah, they're diamonds, but in the same way Aquamarine and Emerald are beryls. I do believe it would be considered cross-gem fusion. But considering Blue Diamond and Garnet seem to have plenty of moments coming up in this upcoming arc, we may witness the seeds planted to such a thing occurring. Sugar also gave her first comment of a spin-off, stating, "There are a lot of stuff I love to do. I like to use different medias, like books. I like writing about Steven, but I also really can't talk about it since I'm doing it right now." Now, when you hear, "I'm doing it right now," you may be thinking, oh, is she making a spin-off right now? And no, she just means she's writing about Steven right now, in the show. And I love the idea of Steven Universe having a spin-off through different mediums, not just a cartoon, but comics, books, more video games. Steven Universe has such a big world, one that expands with each and every adventure. But moving on to Argentina Comic-Con, things get a little bit more juicy here. Now, a Tumblr user, Meteorito618, actually compiled a list of highlights. And this panel was actually streamed by one of the international cartoon networks themselves. So, they discussed how Steven is Rose, Rose's pink diamond. But before Rebecca Sugar could go any deeper, she apparently caught herself for spoilers. It was a brief moment, but one still worth noting.
The last 6 years of my life have all been building to the episodes you're going to see soon. You said that that pink is Rose and Rose is Steven. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without it being a spoiler. I hope that you'll wonder if... No, I can't.
So all you theorists out there about Rose and Steven, the possibility of Rose or Pink Diamond coming back, maybe you're onto something, I'm not really sure. Now this next one is actually pretty huge. She said a lot of fans have already figured out stuff about White Diamond because of her pearl, White Pearl.
Wise. So these things we try to even hide Easter eggs in design. People have already figured out a lot about White Diamond's pearl just based on her design.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But that's all I'll say about that.
Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but this really does feel as if she's already confirming White Pearl theories. The biggest one, of course, one that we on this channel share, is that White Pearl used to be the original Pink Pearl. Even if our pearl was made for Pink Diamond, that she never served White Diamond. I still adamantly believe there was a pearl prior, one that behaved just like Pink Diamond, and thus was replaced and became White Diamond's pearl. That the reason why White Pearl channels White Diamond's voice instead of being voiced by Dee Dee Magnahall is a result of White Diamond having the ability to control other gems, strip them of all hue and saturation. If I was Rebecca Sugar, I would keep completely quiet about White Diamond and her pearl, but for her to say this, and the fact that there's only so many White Pearl theories and that this is the predominant one, tells me everything I needed to know. know. Next up, she stated that we're going to see more about Steven's self-discovering journey in the next episodes, which of course makes sense now that he's on Homeworld and has to confront being Pink Diamond's son and possessing her gemstone. What does this mean for him? What does this mean for Homeworld? Of course, the synopsis for Familiar is about Steven facing all of these changes he's experiencing. Where does he go from here? So this tidbit was probably the least surprising, but still great to have that reassurance nonetheless, that at the end of the day, this is Steven's show, and everything that happens revolves around his development, his mental state. Because in the hype of the diamonds, especially White Diamond, it could be easy to forget that.
So I think Steven, he has a deep well of love to give because of the way he was raised, but nobody is infinite, and he's under a lot of pressure. I think he gives everything he has, but that's definitely bound to be tested.
This next one was something people could probably figure out, but it's nice to have legitimate confirmation on. We're going to see more of Amicus' backstory, all the gaps between her coming out of kindergarten and meeting the gems, and how she used to behave a certain way than now, how she was different from other gems. Amethyst is definitely one of my favorite characters. They definitely have put a break on her development due to the fact that she had just a sheer amount compared to Garnet and Pearl in the most recent seasons 3 and 4. But knowing that we're going to see her backstory, Amethyst has already matured a lot from her appearance in the first episode of the series, so I'm really curious on how she acted when she was first found by everyone else. Was she treated much more of Rose's child than anything? Similar to how Pink Diamond could have been babied by White Diamond? I am very curious in the parallels there, because Amethyst and Pink Diamond do share strong similarities, ones that I feel as if Rose could have picked up on.
There's more to know about what she was like when she first emerged. She wasn't like other amethysts, so and she knows that she's different now, but at the time, she behaved differently than she does now, and that's something I can't say anything else about.
MikeCatSU also commented on how White Diamond is very different from the other diamonds, and how her own problems are different too.
I've been amazed at how much people already understand about her from just a couple seconds of her on screen. I don't... Can I come back next year and talk about this? Well, you know? She's different. She's different than the others. Her problems are different than the others. So... That's all. Please watch the next episode.
Moving on a bit, Sugar said if there was one word to describe the gems, it would be hippies. All the characters are hard to work on, from design to personality to backstory, Steven and the Diamonds in particular, and also someone else we're going to see in the future. I'm betting this is alluding towards the movie. There's a lot of little details put in the story as far back as 2011, so 2 years before the show even began on TV, and way before the point we're at now, how we've seen a lot of them, and that there's still a lot to see. Guys, we're entering 2019. We're about to see things Sugar had 8 years in the making. That's just incredible. The Diamonds' personalities actually reflect their voice actresses in a lot of ways. Now, admittedly, I don't know too much about Lisa Hannigan or Christine Ebersole, aside from their careers, but if you've seen Patty LuPone talk about Donald Trump, you definitely will get Yellow Diamond vibes.
Why should President Trump come see your show?
Well, I hope he doesn't, because I won't perform if he does.
Really?
Really.
Tell me why.
Because I hate the mother. How's that?
He's a ass mother asshole.
Thank you.
He is a nut, and he should be. He's certifiably insane, and he has compromised this country, and it is tantamount to treason what he just did. And why are we not doing anything about it?
Now, outside of Steven Universe, if MikeCatSU ever did a new show, she would love to continue the sci-fi, fantasy, music aspects of it, which, if she could come up with something as interesting as Gem Kind, I want to see what else is up her sleeve. And of course, you can never go wrong with a MikeCatSU song. It's just law at this point that Sugar is incapable of making a bad song. And if you need evidence, there's a soundtrack with 50 songs worth of it. If she ever did a spin-off of Steven Universe, Crying Breakfast Friends would be a fun and cool idea. Now, I don't know if I would would want to watch a full-length show, Crying Breakfast Friends. I feel like the novelty of being a Steven Universe spinoff, this is a show that Steven watches, would wear off pretty quickly. But I would love if they did make some mini-sodes of it, like on Cartoon Network's website or something. Just little 3 to 5 minute shorts that act as actual episodes with no context to Steven. I feel like that's something Cartoon Network would have done back in the day, and something that I would love to see now. Now, next up, another very important detail. Lapis's behavior will change. Now, you may think this was a given, but this is something I'm definitely glad we got reassurance on because it's Lapis. I love her, but you gotta admit, going through all of her appearances, this arc has been a wild ride. So knowing that, yes, she is going to change, hopefully she won't be as angsty and, keeping it real, depressed as she was before. Obviously, you can't just get over depression. I deal with it every day. I'm not saying, why can't she just be happy? I'm just saying, I'm at ease knowing we're going to see her continue to evolve. Now, the movie has been a difficult challenge, and she's not able to cut her hair because of that, so the length of her hair is a sign of how long she's been working on it, and that she may not cut her hair until she finishes it. So if we ever see Sugar rocking a haircut anytime soon, take that as a sign that the movie is completed. I know I will, and by completed, I'm talking post-production. Now, they also went to songs a little bit, but the most interesting detail out of this was that Rebecca Sugar is learning guitar. She used to play it, but only the strings that resemble the ukulele. Now she's been learning more, and apparently sang escapism with it, which is supposed to be played with a guitar instead of ukulele. That's interesting, as one of the voice actresses for Stefani actually covered the song in a different language, and it sounded like she covered it with a guitar. Now, apparently there's going to be another panel today, so potentially be on the lookout for a follow-up video if any more information comes out. Out of all of this, I'm definitely the most excited about White Pearl and Lapis, but knowing things about escapism, more Amethyst backstory, and of course more Steven development are also treats in of themselves. But what do you guys think? What was your favorite takeaway from these panels and Q&As? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet directly to me at AwestruckVox or at Roundtable Vids. We're also on Instagram. If you want to help the Roundtable grow, you can support us on Patreon. Get access to exclusive perks. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to stay in the loop with all things Steven. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. AwestruckVox, out.